get into this football season.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sports and Bullshit Podcast. That's Pauly P. I'm Jesse D. Let's get it going.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're here and we're ready to present to you. And I'm just going to tell everybody something right now. I gave you guys a really bold prediction in a promo clip that got leaked. And it was a hard Jacksonville -6 over those Miami Dolphins. Now, if you didn't take it, not only did you lose easy money, but you didn't join the train of how much the Dolphins suck and you can't back them. On second and third strings, if you're not that good, and you guys weren't worried about it, but that means if your starters go down, you guys are going to win 6 games at best. Let's get into this football season.
6 games at best. I'm not with that. I got the Dolphins 9-10 wins, right? My man is doing his fantasy draft right while we're going live here. We're going to do our best. Have you drafted any Dolphins?
Fuck no. Don't plan on it, not going to. Tua could be available. Listen, I was at pick 5, and I think we had Jalen Waddle available. We had both their running backs. Tyreek Hill got picked up, of course. But I don't give a shit if I was a number 1 pick, or I don't care if whatever pick came to me, if any of them were still available. I ain't picking not a single Dolphin on my roster, period. I don't give a shit. Even if my starters went down, I'm not even picking them up on waivers.
You know, I saw a stat. Not a stat, but I follow the Prize Picks, right? There's Prize Picks on, it's the app, blah, blah, blah. We're not promoting Prize Picks by any means, but it's basically over, under yards, passing yards. They got Tua at like 260 yards. Over, under, 260 passing yards.
Against the Chargers this week.
Against the Chargers this week. What do you think?
Listen, go under. This man is 1 concussion away. I heard he's doing jiu-jitsu. He's 1 concussion away from going and practicing boxing so he can fight Jake Paul so he can make some money. I'm telling you right now, I am not on this Dolphin bandwagon. And if you can't make it out of the first round, when my Giants made it out of the first round in very fashionable style last playoffs, and if we went further than you guys, I can't back you, and Tua under.
He didn't draft Saquon Barkley, by the way. He had a chance to draft Saquon Barkley. We were here. We were watching. He's like, should I draft Saquon Barkley? Blah, blah, blah. He drafted Christian McCaffrey over Saquon Barkley. I think that's a safe play. But, Giants fan, I don't know.
Listen, you know what? And I did ask him for a little bit of advice, and I was really torn because I wanted my boy Barkley. But you had a ball-out year last year, but you are injury-prone.
I want to know what league is there that McCaffrey is available at 5? What pick were you, 5?
I was the 5th pick, yeah. 5th pick.
In what league is McCaffrey available at the 5th pick? I want to be in that league.
Yeah,
Sign me up. Put it on the dotted line. I want to be in that league.
Yeah, all these dickheads pick wide receivers, along with my buddy Dominic Amazo. I am calling you out because he quoted, you have to go RB. This kid picks a fucking wide receiver going against his own word. So, you know, McCaffrey's up there. I'm snagging him, like you said, all day.
So I want to talk about this. Since you brought up the Giants, you're a Giants fan. I want to talk about Danny Dimes, okay?
Okay.
So we're a card store, signed Icon, downtown West Palm Beach. Free plug, even though it's our show. We do a lot of cards. Our main thing is cards. So the big thing is we go on quarterback classes. 2019 is a kind of a controversial class because nobody's important in that class, right? When we first, he's drafting his guys right here. Who did you get?
I'm on 7 right now. I could go Odell and take a flyer on my boy, an ex-Giant.
Live.
We'll
see if he.
I'm really debating quarterback right now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm really not as much as I really want to because Aaron's available. But hey, listen, y'all going to roast me for this, but I think he's going to have a blow up year, and Lamar finally got people to throw to. We're locking in Odell Beckham, baby. In the 7th round, Odell, that's a steal in my opinion. A steal.
In the 7th round.
The 7th round is going to ball out.
I took Bateman in like my last pick in the draft, I think. So back to the point. In 2019, everything was Kyler Murray, number 1 overall pick. There was nobody else in the draft. There was nobody else, no other quarterbacks. The card market for that class was down. Nobody wants it. They got good wide receivers, DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown, so on and so forth. But the quarterbacks would drive cards, right?
Okay.
Quarterbacks would drive cards. Now, all of a sudden, Kyler's too small. Kyler has a bad year. Danny Dimes gets a massive contract. Danny Dimes makes the playoffs. Win 1 playoff game?
Hey,
is that what you said?
We'll take it.
Is Danny Dimes the leader of that class?
Let me tell you something. Any grown man on the football team that could come to practice in a crop top. Listen, you lost all credibility, Kyler. I'm sorry, but you did.
Sports bra.
Sports bra. The man looked like he was auditioning for The Longest Yard 2, okay? So I'm going to go with Danny Dimes is definitely, we're seeing a lot more of a transformation from Danny. I think Danny now, after last year, with that first playoff win, making the playoffs, even though Saquon, in my opinion, definitely was the workload of that team, I think that's a major confidence boost for Danny Dimes. I think what Brian Daboll is doing is mastermind. We've been waiting for a coach like this since Tom Coughlin. So I think with Brian Daboll's system and what we've added is going to make Danny Dimes blow up through the market. And I'm going to tell you, I was definitely not a believer. I was sick to my stomach when they offered him that contract extension over Saquon. Really scratched my head about it. But I truly, truly think that Danny Dimes is definitely better than Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray should have stuck with baseball. Not gonna lie, longer season. I mean, play for a lot longer of a time.
He was a high pick too, right?
He was a high pick, I think, by the Oakland A's.
What was the pick? Was it like top 10 or not like that? First round.
It was
okay,
first.
So
Yeah,
first round, right?
I do think. Yeah, it was first round. But yeah, he was a solid ass baseball player. And honestly, bro,
the guy can't see over the line.
Bro.
And DeAndre Hopkins ain't there to save him anymore.
No, bro. And then you lost J.J. Watt. I mean, that team just went to shambles. All they have is Hollywood Brown.
I think they don't even win 2 games, probably, right? But
yeah, I could agree with that.
It's pretty close.
Definitely under 4 wins.
I mean, Danny Dimes, let's be honest, the coach is everything, right? I mean, the coach is the best, one of the best coaches. I mean, he wants him to be Josh Allen, right? That's pretty much what it is.
For sure.
They're going to groom him to be Josh Allen. He's looking at his picks coming up here. Who we got on the
I mean, I'm 3 picks away, but, I mean, right now I'm sitting with running backs of McCaffrey and Walker. My wide receiver is Amari St. Brown, Metcalf, Ridley, tight end
Amon St. Brown for the
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Kittle as tight end and OBJ in a flex. So, I mean, right now, I could load up on an RB. I kind of feel...
It's a PPR league.
It's a PPR league. I kind of feel like I really want to grab Aaron, but then again, I got Lawrence still up there, too.
Oh, yeah, Trevor Lawrence still available. I see 2 available.
2, fuck him. He can stay available the whole way out. Running backs, there's not really deep running backs right now. I mean, I'm looking.
You have 2 starting running backs and that's
2 starting running backs already. I mean, it's just
no
right now for the
backs?
No, not right now.
I probably would load up on some running backs if you only have 2.
Yeah, I mean,
that would probably be.
I mean, we got Gus Edwards available. We got, Fat Boy
30
Zeke.
seconds, guys, and we can get back to something else here.
Williams, Akers, Montgomery.
He said he had him in the queue.
A.J. Dillon.
He had him in the queue
in
for the show.
my queue is fucking wide receivers and quarterbacks. Oh, Jared Goff's still available, too. PPR league.
Jared Goff's going to have a monster year.
He is going to have a monster year. We got Brandon Ayuk, Pittman, Kirk, Pickens.
No,
we got to go Pickens, right? We got to go Pickens.
Pickens.
Oh, we got to go George Pickens up in here. I'll take Pickens. I think him and Kenny Pickett are actually going to be a really good duo. And I think the Steelers are going to surprise a lot.
I mean, in the preseason, they killed it.
They definitely killed it.
Putting up the most points in the preseason. Everything was the over in the Steelers games for sure.
Yeah, 100%, definitely. I definitely think he's going to ball out. He's going to be a top 10 wide receiver.
We're gonna do our best to, deal with his draft live here while we're trying to put on the show.
Listen,
but
my draft with you guys live. This is legendary. Because
I just want to know who else is in this fucking league. Because
clearly a bunch of fucking idiots picking wide receivers in the first 4 picks. I mean, don't get me wrong. You pick Justin Jefferson first pick overall. You both said that's definitely a solid pick for sure.
You have to. PPR league, you have to. Guy's a monster.
You have to.
He'll probably have a down year, but
Jefferson and Chase, 2 solid first-round picks in the first 4 picks. After that, you got to go for the running backs.
Yeah, because there's just not a lot.
There's not a lot, and the wide receiver room is so fucking deep. So, honestly, if you were smart, you went running backs, you would still fall with, decent wide receivers left.
I saw you got Kenneth Walker like late. I'm just blown away that
Kenneth Walker. We're now we're going into the 9th. I think I picked him up in the 5th round.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Unless some people know something we don't know. I mean, I know they drafted that guy, but Kenneth Walker's a stud. That guy's a stud.
Straight stud.
And you got what? 4 picks left? 3 picks left?
I got 4 picks, and you want to know what? I'm going to tell you right now. You got fucking Michael Thomas still available.
Yeah, I like Michael Thomas.
And in the new system with
I
Derek
do like
Carr,
Michael Thomas. Not gonna lie, I like Michael Thomas. He went early in my draft.
He did. Mm-hmm. I mean, Zay Flowers is available right now. Fucking, he's gonna ball out. I mean,
Zay Flowers, I don't know. I mean,
think so?
he's gonna be all right. I don't think he's gonna be, but Michael Thomas could be the number 1 on that team. Olave and him and Carr shows that he sticks to like his main guys. You know what I'm saying?
Carr does.
Yeah, Carr. So like Devontae Adams balled out, even though they suck.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So like he has a good rapport with Michael Thomas. He's gonna stick to him. He's gonna throw him the ball.
Since you dickheads ain't gonna say this till after, your boy's putting him in the queue, baby.
It's 2 picks.
2 picks away, bro. If Michael Thomas.
All right,
gets
so
picked,
since we're doing all these fucking picks, let's talk about our Thursday night chug predictions. That's
Definitely.
when we pick versus each other. Whoever loses has to chug a beer,
Yeah, absolutely.
which we're drinking right now, by the way.
Yeah, we'll cheers it down.
And I know we're gonna disagree on this one. What's your
100%.
Thursday night pick?
100%. Thursday night pick? Oh, okay, listen. Bold prediction to start the year. No, I'm not going with the points. No, I'm not going with the home team. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to make a statement and get the W in Kansas City outright.
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 So I get
outright
Kansas City.
W.
So I get Kansas City.
You got Kansas City.
Simple as that.
You got Kansas
Lock
City.
it up.
And yeah,
Lock it in.
you got Kansas City.
Detroit, Kansas City.
Yep.
Thursday night football. Whoever loses chugs a beer.
Absolutely. I'm going with the Lions. Don't let me down, golf.
That's an easy pick. I don't even have to get the points. I don't have to worry about the points.
Don't even got to worry about the points.
I don't have to worry about the
Lions
points.
in an
minus
upset
6.5.
win.
Minus 6.5.
I'm not even taking them. I'm not even taking the points. Lions are getting that dub.
Man, that's an easy win, man. Thank you.
it's
I
not.
appreciate that.
If you think about it, it's really not. Like, look, we just got the report a little bit
Kelsey's
ago.
hurt,
Kelsey's
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
You know,
That could be
chances
tough.
are he's not going to play. If he does play, he's not going to be 100%. Who does Patty Mahomes have to throw the ball to? There's no Hill. There's no Juju. I mean, they're wide. Hardman is gone. I mean, their wide receivers are depleting at a light speed, and I know that it's Patty Mahomes. As you know, everybody talks he's the next Tom Brady, and the kid is very impressive. But is he going to be able to really carry the team?
No Chris Jones, too.
No Chris
On the
Jones.
defensive
Yes,
side.
at that too. Is he going to really be able to carry this team and kind of do what Brady did along his career when Brady never really had a superb caliber of wide receivers. I think he had 1 year when he had Randy Moss. He had a couple weapons, but traditionally Brady never had wide receivers in New England. But New England's system
That was like the best receiving year of all time.
that was for New England, and
They should have beat the Giants in the Super Bowl to go undefeated. Remember that?
Yeah, but you know what we did. You know what we did. Not once, but twice. But but for real, like I don't think he has enough to lean on without putting too much pressure on himself. And with that being said, I'm going to make another bold prediction. Kansas City does not host an AFC Championship game this year, and it'll be the first time in 6 years.
Ooh.
I'm going with that, and I'm going to go with that right now, all the way until January, that we do not see Kansas City hosting an AFC Championship game. And you can book that, without a doubt.
Did you say who?
I am going to go with a toss-up between, and another bold one. One's this is going to be bold, the other one, no, because a lot could agree with it. But we're going to go with the one everybody could agree with, the Cincinnati Bengals. Or my bold prediction, which I'm going to also state 2 bolds in one statement, the MVP of the league, Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets could be the ones to host the AFC Championship game.
Does that have anything to do with the fact that you put money on him to win the MVP?
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing
Which
at
is
all.
a great bet, by the way.
Phenomenal
you have
bet.
to take that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Because everybody wants him to win the MVP. Everybody wants him at that money line. Everybody wants the New York Jets to make the playoffs and make the Super Bowl and all of those good things and beat Joe Namath, right?
Yes.
So that's a great bet.
This is how I look at it. There's certain things in the league that that everybody can have conspiracy theories about being fixed, but there's certain things in the league that I feel like are just meant to be. And when Brady went to Tampa and he won that Super Bowl on a new team, it was meant to be for him to go down as the ultimate greatest quarterback.
Definitely
I mean, he was
greatest
already
of all
great,
time. Yeah.
but first year, first team, win a Super Bowl, stamp that. But same kind of situation. Aaron Rodgers now comes out of a system where he's been playing for how many years? And now he gets to go into a system where it's all new to him, where it could be more fun. And what better way to not even if they don't win the Super Bowl or even not even make the AFC Championship game, but at bare minimum win the MVP of the league.
One problem is he's not Tom Brady.
He's not.
And they're building it up like he is Tom Brady, and he's not Tom Brady.
He's not. He's definitely not.
Like, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers with his one little ring is all the way down here. And they really, 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 really want him to be Tom Brady, but he's not.
Very true.
And
Very
it's
true.
just not going to happen.
But the team he has around him are no fucking scrubs.
Not at all.
At all.
But who's the number 2 receiver? I mean, besides Garrett Wilson, who's the number 2 receiver? I mean, they don't have superstars on the receiving core. They have good receivers. Garrett Wilson's good. Who's their tight end? From the Bengals. What's his name? Usoma?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I mean, he's a good tight end. He's okay. They got solid running backs. That's what they got. That doesn't do anything for Aaron Rodgers throwing the football. So in their defense, man, that guy came out and he said, we could be one of the best defenses of all time. Did you hear that?
Did he really?
And I mean, they were roasting him today about that's already failure. You cannot say you're going to be one of the best defenses of all time. You guys haven't even played a game together yet. It's crazy.
I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, think about what's been brewing there. I mean, think about what they've been putting into it, the moves that they've been making.
Well, they win 7 games last year?
7 games, yes. 7 games.
What have they been brewing? A losing record?
7 games with no Aaron Rodgers.
40-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, listen.
Oh,
football is a game of experience, leadership, camaraderie, and Aaron Rodgers is going to bring that all to these young people. And then he brings in people, and I'm not going to say he's going to do anything, but he brings in somebody like Randall Cobb that can really get behind this receiving core and, teach them things that they've never seen.
Alan Lazard is the number 2 receiver.
Alan Lazard, yeah, but he brings in Cobb, he brings in Alan Lazard, and, these guys can mentor these young players. And even with Bryce Hall, you bring in Delvin Cook. Breece Hall. Sorry,
he has a problem with names. So.
Yeah, I'm fucking dyslexic today. But you bring in even with bringing in Delvin Cook, you have so much. Now you have a team that has an even balance of young players and veterans with major experience. I feel like that's a recipe for success, a recipe for a really solid year, and a recipe to maybe host the AFC Championship game.
Not happening. Sorry, that's just not happening.
If it happens, you know who to come back to, and you know who the ultimate wizard guru is right here.
If I will give you respect, if they host the AFC Championship game,
And what about if they win the Super Bowl? Because I said that they have a chance to win the Super Bowl too.
I mean, if they win the Super Bowl,
that's ultimate
I'll
respect.
fucking chug 6 beers.
You chug 6
They're
beers.
not going to win the Super Bowl.
They win the
Eagles are winning the Super Bowl, baby. Let's get it going. Go Birds.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think there's a Jets thing in this fucking store.
No, I was looking. I was going to say.
You want to find a Jets thing? There ain't no Jets things in the store. There's some bird stuff over there, though. Some Eagle stuff.
Nah, listen. There's a good chance. There's a really good chance. I'm just saying. We'll see what happens.
There's a chance.
But there's a chance.
Right. There's a chance.
There's a good chance.
But I think they have the same chance as the Dolphins have the same chance, right?
True. Very true.
Everybody's got the same chance. Realistically, Houston doesn't have a chance, right?
Houston doesn't have a chance at all.
I mean, there's certain teams that don't have a chance. There's teams that have a chance, right? This is your last pick?
No, I'm actually out of room.
Bro, when it's time to pick the kicker in the defense, just put it on auto draft.
Oh, that's
so we can
definitely
go,
going on
man.
auto
Come
draft.
on, man.
That's definitely going on auto draft.
Shit.
But we got another running back we could choose from, but they're all ass. That's why I didn't think the running back class was that deep, to be honest with you. This is a 10-man league, but even in a 12-man league,
you have a 10.
It's 10.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, audience. I'm
10.
sorry. I'm sorry, friends.
It's a 10-man
I didn't
league.
realize it was a 10-person league. That is just like
I know,
playing checkers.
Some of these teams.
That's playing checkers, not chess. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that hard in a 10.
Why, you would have told me to go other than McCaffrey?
No, you still picked McCaffrey,
Okay.
but I mean,
All right,
no wonder why you got all these people available. It's a 10-person league. This shit's horrible.
It is horrible. But
Play
you
a
want to know what?
12-person league. Man up.
Somebody in this league last year had Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, and I want to say Jamar Chase on the same roster. They didn't even make the playoffs. Didn't even make the playoffs.
Well, Hopkins got hurt.
And you got dickheads picking wide receivers in the first 4 picks.
Hopkins got hurt. In a 10, everything changes in a 10-person league. They need 2 more people. So anybody next year that's watching, hopefully we get some followers and some people. Sign up. We'll do a draft for you guys to join the league next year.
Hey, listen, man.
They need 2 people.
I need people that pick wide receivers in the first round.
They need 2 people.
Bring it on here. I'm in round 11 right now, and I'm telling you now I'm going for my quarterback. Because everything's going to be on
That's
cruise
the way to
control
go,
after that.
man.
So right now,
Who's still
this is actually
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but this is a hard decision right now because we got Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, and Jared Goff all available. So give me your opinion on that in the next 50 seconds.
That's tough. But the problem with being in a 10-person league. The decisions are actually, you get better players, but the decisions are actually tougher because you have such good players.
Very
right?
true.
I mean, I think Goff could have a great year. Obviously, you're not picking him over Rodgers and Lawrence, so take him out.
Yeah.
I mean, Lawrence's offense looks crazy. I would have to go with Lawrence. I just think, and he's going to win that division. Like,
you heard it from Jesse over here. We're going with the fucking 5th pick in the 11th round. Trevor Lawrence, baby, let's go! Let's go! And I got Calvin Ridley on that squad, too. I like that combo.
I love the combo.
That's a nice combo.
You got to get the quarterback, wide receiver combo. My league, I have Fields as my quarterback, and I even picked Kmet just so I had a combo. You have to have a combo.
You have to have one combo. I agree with that.
One combo.
I do. I mean, I didn't get a single Giant except for I did get a steal. I got Hyatt on picking him on the bench to see how he does.
Steal.
For a couple weeks.
Steal for Hyatt.
Yeah.
You don't even know what he's going to do.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best, but I wouldn't say it's the worst. I think I could definitely sneak in. I'm really not mad at it. I'm really not. I think it is. I think it's pretty solid.
How many picks you got left?
Oh, it's on auto. It's just the defense left.
That's it?
That's
All
it.
right, so
That's it.
We pick week to week. Week to week defense is the way to go. I promise you that.
Oh, touche.
It doesn't even matter because you're going to go up matchups, and that's the way it works.
Yeah, you're right.
So what, you got picks this week for me or what?
Oh, yeah, we got picks this week. We definitely got picks. All right, listen, we're going to go into Sunday picks, and I'm going to tell you right now, these are locks. These are 100% locks. I would put the house on it.
The whole house.
The whole house.
Not the bathroom.
Not the bathroom. You can put your mortgage on it, your rent on it, whatever you want. You can parlay him. You can tease him. You can take him straight up. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is what we're going to go with. Pauly's picks first week NFL. Now, I already said Detroit Lions would take the first week as an upset. We're going to go right now. Jags money line. Ravens -10.
Whoa!
If they don't beat fucking Houston by fucking 21, the NFL's fucking fixed. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Philly money line. 49ers -2.5 and Washington money line. Those are the locks.
Washington money line.
Washington money line.
Washington. So let's get into those. Jaguars versus the Colts. You like the money line. You believe in Trevor. You believe in the Jaguars this year, obviously.
100%.
Okay. And you don't believe in the Colts, obviously.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So you got the Niners
Going into Pittsburgh.
going into Pittsburgh money line.
No, -2.5.
You're taking the 2.5.
Taking the 2.5. They're going to cover the spread.
All
They're
right.
going to cover the spread. They are definitely covering the
See,
spread.
if it was me, the way I bet,
Yep.
I don't even need to do that shit. I
Okay.
don't even need to go that far. What I would do,
Yep.
if it was me, is I would move that line Pittsburgh to probably +3.5, and I would take Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's tripping.
Just to let you know.
49ers are going to smoke them by 10.
Man, that's a
By
pedigree in Pittsburgh there. Mike
By
Tomlin is a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast, but guess what? He ain't playing on the fucking field. He ain't playing on the field.
He's a better coach than he was a player. I promise you that.
Yeah, well,
That is the truth.
yeah, I
Okay,
hope so.
Commanders -7.
No, money line. Straight up
Money
to
line
win.
on that.
Straight up to win.
I mean that's some juice though. No,
Yeah, some
what's
juice.
-7 is what? That's
No, it should be -110, 120. If
No,
you
that
take
is-
the -7. Oh, no, the money
no,
line.
you're
I'm
taking the money line.
Taking
That's a little -320. That's too much juice.
All right, so you know
You
what
gotta
I
go
would
a little
do?
bit more bolder than that.
You know what?
Paulie.
Okay, so you know what I would do? Finish off. Go to Philly because I'm taking Philly's
I
money
mean, I
line.
like that. I'm not gonna argue with that. I left that one alone. For a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, I know. But
Go
tell me
Birds,
their
baby. Go Birds.
money line. What's Philly sitting at right now?
Well, that's
-4?
-4, right? Correct. So that's
Okay.
-200.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and then Jags money line.
We're gonna parlay them all together. Is that what we're getting to?
Jags
That's
money line.
-200 as
Okay,
well.
so we're
Or
gonna
220.
parlay the Jags money line, Philly money line, Commanders money line. You're gonna parlay those three, and don't fucking look back. Don't even look at the ticket. Don't even watch the game. Just expect to cash in the morning.
Put the house on it.
I'm telling you, parlay those three teams, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take individual bets on the Ravens -10, 49ers -2.5. I'm telling you.
I feel you, though.
I'm giving you guys free money this
Free money.
I'm giving you guys free money this week. And if you want
-10 is a big number in the NFL.
Okay, so check this out. It might be a big number in the NFL, but Houston is
Houston is trash.
Houston is trash. They might win one game. They might fucking go winless like the Cleveland Browns did a couple years back. But if you guys are scared to lay the fucking points, and I'm telling you those two games should be layups, do a nice two-team teaser, 6.5 points. It will take you down from. It will take you to Baltimore minus 4.5, and it will give you actually Washington plus 3.5 or 3.5.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, 6 points.
6 points, but Washington is a 7-point favorite. So
no, I said 49ers and Ravens.
okay, so 49ers and Ravens.
6, so you're getting 3.5 plus 3.5 49ers, and you're getting plus 4. Or you're getting minus 4 with the Ravens.
Okay, so if you bet like an adult on real sites, you don't have to worry about teasers, right? So this is how I like to signed Icon plays. Check us out. 13-4 last week, plus 15 units. On a real site, you can just take the team for the points that you want, right? So me, the way I like to bet, and I don't give a fuck if I bet 1,000 and I'm gonna win 600. I don't give a fuck the odds or any of that shit. It's still $600. If I like it, I like it. Don't tell me because I'm getting an advantage by picking the points. I like to think that I know the points, right? So based on what you're saying, I like the Eagles play, right? Patriots are tough at home, but I still like the Eagles play. I wouldn't take the Eagles money line just at minus 200. That's too much. It's too much juice. But I would probably move that and parlay with something else, or probably just take the money line and parlay that with something else. I like the Commanders at home, right? You're talking I would probably do something along the lines of Commanders parlay with the Eagles, right? So you're talking Eagles
on the money line.
Both money lines.
You're not going to make nothing on that,
but you will. You'll make more than because you're not taking the -7 with the Commanders, correct?
No, you're not. But you do money line. What's Washington's money line?
3. That's what I just said. 3. It's 3 minus 320.
Minus 320.
But you take minus 320 and minus 200. You're almost like at 80. It's like 80%, right? I take 80%, and those are pretty good. But I like the Commanders -7. To be honest with you, I like that play, right?
Okay.
I do like Baltimore Ravens -10. I do like that play. You know what I really like, and people aren't paying attention to this at all, is the Falcons -3.5 against Carolina. The Falcons are going to cover that spread all day long.
See, we're going with a lot of uncertainties in that game. You know what I think the best play in that game is smash the fucking under. The under is written all over that game. 7 ways from Sunday.
Do you know what the under is?
I think it's a more solid play. What is
39.5.
I was gonna say 42.
It's pretty low.
It's pretty low, but pretty low with a lot of uncertainties, with not knowing how Bryce Young's going to do at all. At all.
I also looking at this chart here, I also like the Vikings -6 against the Bucks.
You know what?
At home.
I thought about that game, but I don't know,
You think
man.
Baker's going to do it?
They don't have a running back anymore, and I don't trust Kirk Cousins. I'm not going to rely on...
Madison's pretty good.
He's pretty good, but he ain't fucking him. He's not fucking... You don't have Cook back there anymore. I'm not going to rely on Justin Jefferson to fucking put up 3 touchdowns himself, and Kirk Cousins have to throw 2 fucking picks on a -6 fucking spread. I don't know, man. And don't get me wrong. I did look at that game. I was contemplating on it, and I passed on it because of those variables.
I mean, we're a house divided, but that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? You
100%.
feel me? You feel me?
You're going to tell me you don't like the Jags money line against the Colts?
Division games on the road, man. The Colts, that division has been so crazy for years that you can never predict it, and they always find a way to beat each other. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm not saying that the Jaguars shouldn't beat them by 14. I'm just saying that division is always crazy, and crazy shit happens.
I'm going to go with the more loaded team going against a rookie quarterback.
I just feel like there's better bets.
And a running back that doesn't want to be there.
I don't think that we have to do it, right? I don't think that we have to take that play. I think Falcons at home against a Carolina Panthers team with Bryce Young, who looks like a skeleton out there, right, is a good play. What about the Dolphins against the Chargers at home? Chargers are at home -3.
Fucking smash the Chargers. They're going to beat the fucking Dolphins again. Fuck the Dolphins. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the Giants have a better chance to beat the Cowboys than the Miami Dolphins have to beat the Chargers. in week 1. The Dolphins are going to get smacked by the Chargers. The Dolphins are going to be getting smacked left and right, okay? They're really going to get a wake-up call, okay? Tua's probably not even going to make it past week 7, and Tyreek's going to wish he never fucking left Kansas City, okay? Stamp that.
He probably already wishes
He probably does. They only got a true running back. They're fucking splitting carries
They won
between
the
fucking
title.
3-4 running backs. Dolphin fans, I'm sorry to disillusion you, but keep drinking the Miami Kool-Aid. You guys have one of the worst O-lines traditionally every fucking year, and continue it this year. I'm not even a top 10, let alone a top 20 O-line. What don't you fucking get? Protect the fucking quarterback. Protect the quarterback. Have an O-line that is going to make significant holes for your running backs to have a balanced system. Run, pass. You guys are relying too much on the fucking need for speed, the fucking cheetah. We have the fastest fucking wide receiver combo in the league. Cool. And guess what? First round exit. And now I'm talking to Dolphin fans, and they're just talking about wild card. You guys are the most mediocre fucking fans in the fucking world. You guys care about the wild card? You guys care about the wild card. The wild card. That's what you guys play for? Oh, we made the playoffs. Oh, my God. We're in a fucking rebuild. We're going to get there. Dolphin fans, I said this before in another clip. The New York Giants will win another Super Bowl before you guys win one that you guys didn't even get to witness, the only one you have back in 72. And you guys want to talk about fucking Super Bowl caliber team? The AFC's loaded. The NFC, you ain't touching the fucking Philadelphia at all, or the Niners. Period. And I'm a Giants fan. I'm going to say that. You guys got a fucking solid-ass team.
We appreciate it.
But you guys ain't doing shit. None of you Dolphin fans that I know will see a Super Bowl in your lifetime. But guess what? I will see the New York Giants win another Super Bowl and stamp that shit. Take the Chargers. Take the Chargers -3.
Giants ain't winning no Super Bowl.
Whew, yeah, okay.
I mean, at least 10 years. I mean, who knows what? Anything could happen in 10 years, right?
Anything could
And
happen.
Drafts. But with this team, they ain't winning no Super Bowl. Especially on opening Sunday Night Football. They are
Cowboys.
3.5 dogs at home. That's not a team that's winning the Super Bowl.
And we are more an improved team. Watch how we give Dallas a run for the money, and I guarantee you this, that we are not laying down. We have a solid chance. If we have a lead or could keep it within 3 to 7 points in half, we could come back and win that game in the second half. I'm telling you right now. Look at what Jerry Jones just did for fucking Dak.
Oh.
Blindsided him. Blindsided him with Trey Lance? You don't think that that didn't fuck up his mentals? 2 things are going to happen. 1, Dak is going to come and ball out and tell Jerry Jones to shut the fuck up before I shit in your mouth and stay behind the desk and stop trying to be the owner, the GM, the head coach. Let Mike McCarthy do his thing. Let me do my thing. That's one thing going to happen. The other thing that's going to happen, it's going to fuck with him so much, that kid is going to fucking throw maybe 3 or 4 picks. He's going to be so rattled, and then the Giants are going to steal one on opening night, and that's going to shake up the things in Dallas. I'm telling you.
I don't think stealing one is when you're at home. And you're
It
supposed
is
to
stealing
be
one because nobody is, dude. We're a dog at home. Nobody's giving us
crazy.
Nobody's giving us a fighting chance to win that game. If you're a dog at home, in my opinion, that is stealing one.
Move that line up, motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. Move that line from 3.5 plus 3.5. Move that shit up to 10. Parlay that shit with the fucking over down. Move the over down. That's a game right there. That's what I'm talking about. I like the Giants at home. I even like them at plus 3.5. To be honest with you, the fucking Cowboys are so overrated. This is all media talking. This line is all media talking. Giants are a good team. They got a good fucking coach. Are they going to win the division? Absolutely fucking not. Go Birds. But are they going to come in second? They have a chance.
We do.
Dak Prescott. This is his last year. He's under so much fucking pressure, and I like the Trey Lance move. You know why I like the Trey Lance move? It's not because who gives a fuck about Dak's mentality and Dak's emotions and all that bullshit. Who cares? You've had plenty of fucking time to show what you can do, and guess what you've done? Nothing. Mike McCarthy sucks. We all know that. And Trey Lance was a number 3 draft pick. Get this right. Number 3 draft pick 2 years ago. For a 4th-round pick. Hello, any team should fucking do that.
Yeah.
Any team. If somebody thought, especially Kyle Shanahan in the Niners organization, which is a good organization, if somebody thought that a number 3, if he was good enough to trade up for at the number 3 pick, and so what? He hasn't had a lot of time to play. He's been injured and stuff like that. If you could get that for a 4th-round pick, home run, hello, all day long.
Yeah, but listen, this is how I look at it. I agree with
Sexton
you.
over there or what?
No, I agree with you about. Actually, I just got a comment on my fucking fantasy team. Not gonna lie, Paulie got a little squad on him. That Trevor Lawrence Calvarelli might be dangerous. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. I'm telling you, I'm fucking feeling it. I told y'all, I'm fucking sneaky.
With the help from the fam over here.
100%. Now, let me say this though. I agree with what you're saying, but okay. So if a team like say Houston. And I'm just using them because they're in a complete shamble of a rebuild. If a team like Houston takes, like you said, a number 3 pick in Trey Lance to bring him in to be a face of a franchise or to give him that starting role, that's different. You right now have a franchise quarterback that you paid, that is the face of Dallas, that is who your QB1 is now. And Trey Lance is not coming in as a backup because Trey Lance is not a backup. Trey Lance has had a very uphill battle. He has not been fully healthy or in a system that is going to roll with him. He is a QB1 for a team, and he hasn't even had a fair shot yet. So it would be one thing if they brought in, say, like a Ryan Fitzpatrick caliber, and they signed a quarterback and didn't let Dak know because they know they're bringing in a backup quarterback. They're bringing in a quarterback that if Dak and company is not progressing or is not in the direction of a Super Bowl team, I would not be surprised if they pulled Dak out by week 8 to 10. If the Cowboys aren't above 500 by week, let's go 10 weeks. If the Cowboys are not sitting at 7-3 or 8-2 by week 10, I would not be surprised if they pulled Dak out and they put Trey Lance in, and that's the end of the Dak era in Dallas. And that's why I'm saying that for them bringing him in could really fuck with Dak's head because he's not coming in as a backup. If this doesn't pan out with Dak, Jerry Jones already feels like, okay, listen, we have a young kid. He could be the face. He is very talented. We'll stick him in right away. We have Mike McCarthy as a coach. We have great weapons around him. They obviously see something in him when he got drafted 3rd overall. They still see something in him now. He can turn around and take Dak's job like that. So that's why I say this is a very psychological head fuck for Dak. So it's either going to come out, he's going to ball out, or he's going to play like shit, and it's going to get to him. He's going to throw a bunch of picks, and he's going to end up somewhere in fucking, I don't know, Texans or fucking Tampa or some fucking shit like that.
I mean, I think he should have been gone a long time ago, just based on mentality and emotions. They need to separate. Anyway, if they're dealing with this stuff, it needs to be done. But I disagree with you. I think that Trey Lance is not ready, and I think that they know that. But what I do think is that if Dak doesn't play good this year, they want him to be behind Dak. They want him to be on the practice squad. I don't think he's going to be the backup quarterback. I think he's going to be the 3rd string probably. And they want to rebuild if Dak does not perform this year, so that they could trade Dak and get him off that contract and then rebuild, right? So it's if you're Dak Prescott and you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys and what was he, a 3rd round pick himself, 4th round pick himself, something like that. Like, he wasn't supposed to be here. He wasn't supposed to be in this position that he is. So it doesn't really matter, right? From that aspect, perform. It's time. You got a defense. You got receivers. You got weapons. It's time. Or peace. Simple as that. Rebuild. We got Trey Lance. Maybe Trey Lance doesn't do good. We draft a quarterback. Whatever the case may be, if they don't do it this year, it's done. It's a wrap for that guy.
It is. But listen, this comes back
And
to...
I guess I hate to break it to you. All the birds are in their way.
The birds are on their way that fucking cost
5 years
Super Bowl last year that they should have fucking won. And
should
they fucking
rebuild now, motherfuckers.
Listen,
5 years.
Let me tell you something. The NFL or any sport at that, going into what I'm about to say, players that get paid before they actually deliver has statistically shown out to be some of the biggest busts ever, hands down. They have one good year, or they maybe have the most rushing yards or most touchdowns, or they go to the playoffs and win one fucking game, and then they get paid hella fucking guap. And to me, I feel like if you haven't taken your team to the promised land and win a Super Bowl, or haven't taken them to an AFC or NFC championship, and you're getting paid for fucking what? Because most of these guys, I feel like, some are in for the legacy, the rings, but majority are in for the fucking bag. I mean, there's a lot of players out there that should have won some rings, but they stay where they are for the bag. And listen, I'm not mad at either or. You know, you want to win some rings to, talk about, have on a trophy case. Honestly, you can't take them anywhere. You're not, when you die. Same with the money. I know you could say that too. Or would you rather set yourself up, your family, your kids, your kids' kids, your kids' kids' kids with financial freedom? So whatever way you look at it, I understand both sides. But what I don't get is paying these players some ridiculous amount of money on contracts and they haven't done shit. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Dak right now.
That's why I don't mind what the running backs are doing, right? I don't mind that the running backs are asking to be traded, demanding contracts, demanding to be traded because they're getting paid peanuts. They're getting paid dog shit compared to these quarterbacks, right? Danny Dimes does not deserve the contract that he got.
By far not.
He doesn't.
No, I agree with that.
You know who deserves that contract? Saquon. Saquon deserves that contract.
But traditionally and statistically, running backs don't last more than 4 or 5 years in the league at a high prime level. Like, I mean,
that's why they're trying to get their money earlier, right?
Yeah.
Is what they should.
Right, but you want to know what? If you're not getting that in the first 2 years, then most likely you're not getting it. I mean, look at beast mode. Honestly, by far, he's my favorite running back of all time. Is Marshawn Lynch, my ultimate favorite? Like, that dude was so fun to watch, such a baller, straight beast mode. But look at as the years progressed, he declined in stock value and he didn't really do much. So their window is probably 3 to 5, maybe 6 years of prime high level football. If you're not going to get the bag within the first 2 to 3 years, because say the first year you're going to feel out, see how they do. If you don't get 2 to 3 years, you can't be expecting it when you're already 8 years deep in the league and you got guys that are coming out like fucking B.J. Robinson or fucking
Gibbs.
You can't expect that shit.
Right. That's why they're asking for it early. That's why Jonathan Taylor's asking for a trade. He wants out because he wants to get paid.
How long has Jonathan Taylor been in the league?
To 2020. He was drafted.
Okay, so he's going into 3 years. He's going into the 4th year.
Right? So now's the fucking time.
But exactly what I said. So, like, okay, between the 2 and 4 year mark. But if they only have an expectancy of 6 to 7 years, how much more do you think you're going to get? Or how much do you think these organizations are going to pay you?
Right. So that's my point, though, right? It's like, why does Danny Dimes get that contract when Saquon made him the player that he is, right? So, but they put Saquon. I understand why they're doing it, right? I understand why they're doing it. But they're overpaying bad quarterbacks. I don't know if Danny Dimes is bad. I won't say he's bad.
I won't say bad.
Mediocre quarterbacks.
But he's not a top 10 quarterback.
Right. Middle of the line quarterbacks. They're overpaying them. And even if you took a 10th or a 20th of their contract and gave it to Saquon, he'd probably be happier. Right?
Agreed.
But you can't do it. Why? Why can't you do it? Like, it's ridiculous.
No, I feel you. Listen, I get it, and I don't think we'll ever truly understand it, but I just don't feel like they should be – I'm not saying they shouldn't get paid, but they shouldn't be getting paid these huge-ass contracts until they actually do something.
So why is any kid growing up, going to be a running back? Why is he going to choose to be a running back? I used to think about that on defense, right? When I was growing up playing fucking high school football and shit like that, I was always like, why would anybody want to be a defender? Right? All the glory is on offense. All the offensive people get paid. That's not necessarily the way now. But, I mean, you can't touch a guy as a cornerback, right? You get all the defensive fouls, all the flags thrown on defense for fucking bullshit. It's glorified offensive football. And now the running back's not even glorified, right? It's quarterbacks and wide receivers. So what's going to happen with the way the NFL is and the way they're paying these kids and the way they're paying these people is that nobody's growing up going to want to be these positions. So you're going to have mediocre play at these positions. Because why, as a kid, first of all, they're pushing flag football, right? Nobody wants to get hit anymore. So why am I going to want to be a running back that gets hit every day? Fuck that. I'm not, right? So that's why I think that so many more, back in the day, don't tell me fucking anything, that a kid coming out of college would take Emmitt Smith's place, because that would never happen. Right? You want to know why? Because it's a different position, it's a different time. I think that the talent is mediocre compared to what it used to be, so that kids coming out of college in first year can take over these spots because they don't want to pay these guys. And nobody wants to be the best players in the world now. You know what they want to do? They want to be quarterbacks or they want to be wide receivers. And that's it. And I don't blame them for it.
The only way that's going to change is the kids that are elite level in college, and I think this is the way that's going to have to be viewed by the running backs agents, is they're going to have bomb-ass fucking years of college with tremendous highlight reels with extraordinary combines, and they're going to have to start getting paid out the gate that way and based on their college play. Because if they come into the league, they're going to be on these rookie deals. They're going to be in the league for 3-4 years before they could get a contract extension. And like you said, that's when they're not going to pay them. To me, the best position to play, and it's not, and I'm going to go above quarterback, that honestly I feel like can make the most money and that's valued at the most money quicker than quarterbacks, running backs, defensive players, are wide receivers. They're less likely to get injury prone. If you have a ball and a wide receiver, like look how long they can stay in the league. Fucking Hopkins is still balling.
Larry Fitzgerald was in there.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald, but he could still ball. Like maybe not at a high caliber, but he could still ball. Michael Thomas, I know he's had a couple injuries, but I guarantee you he could still come out and he could throw. You could get the deep balls. He's still good.
Green
Green
just was in the league forever.
Just like okay, so they come out average like between 22, 23 years old. They could they could probably be at a high level until probably about like early 30s.
Speaking of receivers, Colorado Deion's had 4 receivers over 100 yards. Is that fucking crazy or what?
What's really crazy is his son Shadir, with fucking 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
It's unbelievable.
That's fucking filthy.
They got a guy playing 2 ways.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Wasn't he? That's Hunter, right? Was he a transfer from Florida State?
I don't even know. Was he a transfer from Florida State?
Yeah.
Talk about marketing. Deion Sanders, king of marketing. Everybody hated on him. Everybody denied him. I know it's going on all over the news, but we got to say it too because it's true. I know somebody felt it. I know I felt it. I mean, I took the points, but
yeah, your boy right here got a little ballsy with it on that money line. I was feeling it. I really was. I actually reached out to a buddy of mine. I wanted them plus 24. I was gonna put them in a parlay because he has DraftKings. He lives up north, and shout out to my boy BK for putting in.
Can we get DraftKings in Florida, please?
I'm saying, but shout out to my boy BK for putting them in through DraftKings. He definitely comes clutch. But I wanted to put it through him at plus 24 with 3 other picks on a parlay, which I hit my other 3 picks. I would have went 4 for 4, but I went 3-0 on a parlay, which was nice. I'd have to look up what the other ones.
Guys should follow Paulie's picks, I'm sure.
Yeah, follow him. I've been fire in college football,
yeah.
Super fire. But I was a little disappointed. He kind of talked me out of that. But I was talking to another buddy of mine. He was able to get me in the ticket, which was huge. But I was just feeling it. And you know what? That's what Deion's bringing to this culture. He's bringing that winning mentality. That mentality is like, don't care what's being talked about in the background. Don't let anybody's noise get in your ear. Just go ahead, do your thing. And I mean, it goes to show. I think he also had like, it was a high number of like transfers, like in the 80s or something. Like I think they were talking about like 85 transfers.
That's crazy.
To Colorado.
That's crazy. And everybody was hating on him. This is not the way you do things. Fuck the way you do things. The way you've been doing things ain't the way you do things. If you're gonna have a transfer portal, if you're gonna let college players make money off their likeness, which they should, they're going to be able to do whatever the hell they want. And guess what? Deion is prime time, baby.
Oh, big time prime time. The guy's a legend, man. He really is. And now they just fell into the top 25. They're at 22. Next big test is Nebraska, which I definitely.
They're going to smoke them.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm taking them. I'm going to take them and ride this train until it fucking crashes.
It's week 4. Week 4, they're playing USC. That's the fucking tale, right?
They are. But you want to know what? I'm looking at their. I'm gonna pull up their schedule right now.
Yeah, pull it up.
They got Nebraska. They versed Nebraska and Nebraska.
Oh, week 5, excuse me.
They got Colorado State, Oregon. I'm taking them against Oregon.
All right.
USC might be a test, but then they got Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, Utah. I really think. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think they go 10-2.
10-2.
I think they go 10-2.
If you put 10-2 in the beginning of the year, you'd be a millionaire.
Oh yeah, the odds on that would be crazy. But you want to know what though? Like, I mean, USC is definitely going to be a challenge for them, and so is Utah.
USC is probably going to win that game, but it's no like disservice to Colorado. They won one game last year, 2 games last year, something along those lines. I think the line. I was talking to somebody, and I was just sitting at the bar, and we were talking weeks ago, and I think the line on them was over under for the year was like 4.5 or something like that.
Really,
give or take. And I was like, they're going to win more than that. And the guy was like, there's no way. Like, they won 1 game last year. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, these kids want to follow Deion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you don't like Deion. I don't care if you don't think he can coach. It doesn't matter. Social media, marketing, is a huge thing. And guess what? He brought coaches with him. If you don't think he knows how to coach, his coaches do, right?
Right.
Talent in college football wins. Coaches win, but talent wins overall. I don't care what anybody says. So I said over. Man, I'm looking pretty good on that.
You are. And like I'm saying, like even after that win, I mean, they took out TCU, who played for a national championship. Like, I mean,
that's something. I'm glad you brought that up.
It's not no slouch.
I wanted to say something about that. How big is that quarterback that got drafted in the NFL? At, what was he, like 6th or 7th round or something like that? I don't have the facts, but Duggins, some shit like that. That motherfucker should be getting credit right now. His draft stuff, like he should be just in wherever he got drafted to. I'm sorry, I don't know where he's at, what he's been doing or anything. I know he got disrespected. I know he was drafted really, really late. Man, he probably did a lot for that TCU team.
Yeah, definitely a lot, but I mean, like, not a lot enough. They didn't close on it. But I mean, that's the state. That's the.
But I'm talking last year.
No, yeah,
this
I agree
year
with you.
they suck.
No, this year they suck, and for them to take out a team that played for the national championship, I'm gonna look at the schedule, and I mean, they do play 5 ranked schools, including TCU, but USC and Utah are the biggest tests, but I do see them going 10-2. I think it's a magical year for them. He's got both of his sons, senior, junior, quarterback, defensive player. You got Dion. I think it's going to be very magical this year. I really do.
Let's not go overboard, though, right? Like, this happens a lot, right? This happens a lot. TCU team, what do they call it? Super Bowl hangover is real, right?
Yeah.
National championship game hangover is real, right? They lost their starting quarterback. Maybe TCU is not as good as we thought. I just said that they sucked. Obviously, they don't suck until they go 3 and whatever this year, right?
Yeah.
But let's pump the brakes a little bit. Maybe I'm thinking Colorado probably wins maybe 7, 8 games.
You go with 7, 8?
I'm thinking they're going to probably lose to Oregon. They're probably going to lose to USC. We'll see what happens. Injuries happen. Things happen. 10-2.
You say 8?
Is a straight.
He's going 8-4. I'm going 10-2.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll follow back up,
which is a great season.
It is a great season.
It's a great season,
and we'll be here before you know. We'll follow up right after Thanksgiving.
I mean, they just gotta literally. Things in college football take time, right? You don't just go from this to this overnight unless you're Joe Burrow, the GOAT, in LSU, right?
Shout out to Joe Burrow.
Or shout out to Joey B. We love that guy, right?
Joe Cool, baby.
Joe Cool, right?
Fucks with Joe Cool.
I mean, you don't you got to trust the process. You got to build a system, kind of like FSU, right? Look at that fucking team. Jesus Christ, what was that?
Yo, let me tell you something. Listen, so I went to high school and middle school with Jordan's brother, Devin Travis, that was a stud since
Blue Jays, right?
Well, even I'm saying a stud since the Little League World Series. Like, people just knew that kid was going places, going pro ball, and the kid was a stud. Had a great year, great college at Florida State. He went to Florida State too. Great time in Toronto. Injuries got the best of him, but straight stud. Seeing what his brother's been doing in Florida State is, let alone remarkable, that the family just produces natural-born athletes. Like, they're studs at their craft, and I got to tip my hat, give kudos. What Jordan did in that FSU LSU game was beyond remarkable. They were down by 3 at half, and a lot of people were like, they are coming out of the ACC. This is their toughest game on the schedule. They're going to fall out quick. Jordan Travis came out and balled the fuck out. Like, I think they put up 31 points to 0 in the second half. Like, he was just on fire. He rushed for a touchdown. He was throwing touchdowns left and right. Like, the kid could definitely ball. And I'm going to tell you this. If Florida State wins out, Florida State will play in contentions in the college playoffs and for a national championship, and we could be looking, at a future Heisman. I mean, he's definitely up there, for sure.
Well, he's definitely in the running, but so is Sanders, right? And so is Caleb Williams with USC.
Yeah.
They're all in the running for the Heisman. I mean, college football is better with Florida State, right?
100%.
With Florida State being good, college football is just better. Like, it's just the way it is, and I'm excited for them. It's awesome. And I think that the ACC is going to be easy for them to win. It's a 2-team race. Clemson looked like trash.
No,
right?
they are winning the ACC.
Score. That over-under was 55. These motherfuckers can't score, okay? Let me tell you something. But North Carolina's real deal. They got a good quarterback. May is a beast. So it's a 2-team race. Florida State in North Carolina. I don't think anybody's
don't-
messing with them.
Yeah, but they don't have to play North Carolina in the regular. I just pulled up the schedule. They're going to smash USM. They're going to smash BC.
Well, they'll probably play him in the ACC title
Yeah,
game,
probably,
right?
probably, yeah.
So-
But they're going to smash Clemson, Virginia Tech, Syracuse. Duke could be tricky because Duke has an NFL caliber quarterback as well. And the clinic that Duke put on Clemson last night was wow. I mean, I took Duke plus 14, but shit, that was a fucking clinic and
I
upset.
took Clemson money line in a parlay. I lost.
Oh yeah,
So,
that you could have turned that game off in fucking the first quarter.
frustrating.
Wake, Pitt, UNA.
Shipley's like
Florida.
30 years old, bro. Get him out of there.
Bro, 100%. I mean,
Get
bro,
Shipley out of there. He's
But-
30 years old. Fucking still running back over there.
You know what's gonna be the difference for Jordan Travis is I'm gonna just pull up his stats from the game. He went 23 for 31 with 342 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 1 pick with a 95 QBR rating. If that kid plays 11 out of the 12 games like that, and let's just say he has one off day, that kid is going to be a really high candidate over all the other guys you just named for the Heisman. Those numbers right there in the ACC, playing decent schools, they just went from 8 to 4 in the nation. Like, that kid has a really legitimate chance to be a Heisman Trophy winner and make a really good name for himself for the NFL draft.
Yeah, but who's number 1?
Georgia.
Who's number 2? USC?
No. I don't believe
No,
it.
USC was 6.
No, Michigan. Michigan's 2, Alabama's 3, Florida State's 4. So
They
let's
just don't stop with those fucking teams.
No.
I bet you, like, 2 of those teams aren't in the top 4 close halfway through the year. Like, they just don't stop with those teams. Like, I get it, Georgia is Georgia, right? But,
Well, I'll tell you this.
like, they put LSU up there, LSU got stomped, right?
Right.
LSU 5, right?
but LSU
put Clemson up there, Clemson got stomped, right? It doesn't just keep happening, right? So, Alabama, Georgia, I understand. Michigan,
If we're
You know
gonna,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if we're like, I agree with you. But
Florida
what
State,
I'm
I think
saying-
Florida State should have been top 5 in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but when you said those teams are up there all the time, and 2 out of the 4 you don't see happening, I'm gonna tell you statistically, Michigan is always a bust towards the end of the year.
Right.
They always get overhyped, so I could see them falling off, and I could even see Bama falling off. I do not see Georgia going anywhere. I see Florida State moving to a 2 or 3, and then I'm gonna tell you this, and they're in the top 10, but they're high up there. Is Washington. I watched
I like
Washington's game this
Washington,
weekend.
yeah,
I
I
also
like
took
Washington,
them.
yeah.
They are a legit threat that could make their way into the top
They
4.
dusted Boise State, right?
Dusted them. And I was a little nervous at first because Boise was running the football, but then I just was like, all right, let me chill. Let's see what happens. But I could see them coming into the top 4, so I'll go with Georgia, Washington, Florida State, and then I'm going to go with a toss-up between Ohio State and USC for the next spot. Or no. Wait, let me recant. I got to throw 3 in there to get the next top 4. It would be USC. Who did I just say? USC, Ohio State, and Tennessee. Tennessee also balled out, and Tennessee looked good, and their quarterback is legit. He is the real deal. He will be an NFL quarterback.
Okay. There's a lot of good teams. I mean, did you
There are
see
a lot of
Oregon State? Oregon State with
yes.
Ajawala Ubalili. What's his name again?
That was-
DJ. I call him DJ.
Bro, that was one of my picks.
From Clemson, right? They didn't want him on the team anymore, and he went there and balled out. So here's my thing, right? And I put this, I tweeted this last night, or X'd it, whatever the fuck they call it these days. Maybe it's just the Clemson coaches. How about that? Maybe it's not DJ's fault. He transferred to Oregon State. Oregon State, he was balling yesterday, or 2 days ago against San Jose State, right? He was balling, putting up numbers. They can't fucking score,
No.
right? They lost the coach who went to the other school, whatever. Maybe it's just the coaches. And maybe Trevor and Etienne were just the people. Maybe
were.
they were them. And that's what rode that school to those championships
Oh, for
and,
sure.
and those
For sure.
records. And now they can't score. And the quarterback who they brought in to succeed, Trevor, is putting up numbers at Oregon State.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But I always feel like it's the system you are and the system you fall into. How many times have we seen good quarterbacks fall into a shitty system and their careers go to shit? I always believe that. I feel like certain players are better in certain systems, and some teams just want to draft them because of the name or what they did. but not realizing, is this person going to fit into our system? Are we going to be able to accommodate the way this person plays into what we want to do? And then that's when things start getting tricky. And I can't name it off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure that you've seen it. I've seen it. Many people have seen exactly what I'm saying come into fruition in the past with certain players.
Of course. All the time.
It is what it is.
I mean, it happens all the time, right?
100%. But like I said, I do like Florida State. I definitely see them playing for a national championship, at least, bare minimum college playoff for sure to be in that contention. But it's going to be a fun year.
With all those teams you mentioned, I mean, there's a bunch.
Well, no, it was only because I was taking out Michigan, but I was taking out Michigan and Alabama and saying that they're going to fall out. And then out of those three that I named, Washington, USC, and Ohio State.
Right. So, see, the problem is that the Big Ten, no matter what, whoever wins that is getting a spot.
Automatically, yeah.
And because they just always get the credit. But I don't see Ohio State being as good as they were last year.
No.
I mean, Michigan is up there, but Michigan always is like, Jim Harbaugh. They could lose in the first 4 games without Jim Harbaugh,
What has to happen is they need to make the college football playoffs bigger than 4 teams. They need to go between.
They already did, though. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yes,
but I'm saying, okay.
It should have been a long time ago.
It should have been a long time ago. It's coming. But what did it go to? 8?
8.
It did go 8? Okay, I'm saying it should be bigger, as in.
Would you want to be the fucking basketball national championship?
I want
64 teams. Let's go.
No, I want it to be like the NFL.
HBCU, Jackson State. Let's go. Jackson State is 1-1, by the way, without Dion.
No, but I want it to be like the NFL.
They got worked.
How many teams? There's 6 and 6. There's 12 teams in that 12 teams that go to the playoffs in the NFL. So there should be 12 college teams. I
like 12. 12 is straight.
It's going to prepare them for that type of level in the NFL and going through that kind of a playoff bracket. Number 1. Number 2, it's going to generate a shit ton more money. Number 3, it's going to put more schools on the map. And number 4, you're going to be able to have those maybe 2 to 4 Cinderella teams that are in there that, hey, listen, on any given Sunday, anything can happen. It's going to bring a lot more excitement to college football. Right now, 4, it's still kind of voted in. I don't care what anybody says, how they're going to go by it. It's still politics.
But I think that they started that process now because with the transfer portal, it is more equal, right? So now you actually see what you said. All the teams that you said are potential. It's actually legitimate, right?
Yeah.
So now they're moving it to 8 because these teams actually have a chance maybe to win. But before, those teams didn't have a chance to win.
True.
You put the fucking teams in there and they get dusted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But now, with all the transfer portals and all these people going to different spaces, I mean, look at Colorado. I mean, legitimately, I know I said 8 wins. He says 10 wins. Legitimately, Colorado, maybe not this year, but in 2 years, 3 years, they could be up there, right? So that's another team. Who knows what happens with the Pac-12? That shit is crazy. All those things are crazy what's going on with the Pac-12 and all these divisions. I mean, there's not even going to be a Pac-12 anymore.
Right,
and there's going to be just name it just one country of teams. That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody just plays each other.
Just college fucking.
Do me a favor, guys. Like and follow at Signed Icon on all platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And follow my boy Pauly P on
IG at Pauly P _ established 1990 for all your Miami garbage takes.
Like, subscribe, and follow Signed Icon YouTube. All content. No, I won't say that. Like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube, right? Like, subscribe, and follow Sycon YouTube. Sycon. We had a lot of beers.
Follow, like, and subscribe.
Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe, and follow Signed Icon. Follow us on Spotify. Anywhere you get your podcasts. And Pauly.